I transferred to Tech in 2020, and although I was tangentially involved with Newman by going to Mass and Bible study, I wasn't really involved with the community because I felt like I didn't fit in. I thought to myself, like, I can be Catholic, but I'd rather just be Catholic by myself. Of course, I wasn't really doing that much. I was just doing like the bare minimum. I had very little, if anything, to physically show for the most important fact of my life, that I'm a disciple of Jesus Christ. Around January last year, I felt incredibly depressed and purposeless. And I hated myself for having so much weakness in my life and no discipline to fix it. I tried all sorts of attempts at radically transforming my life, but I failed every time. And I just felt worse every time I failed. This past January, the sense of misery and self-contempt was so strong that I decided to make a commitment. I decided I was going to start praying the Rosary every single day. I had tried to pray a daily Rosary before, but this time I had a distinct reason why I needed to start.
This time, I knew that I needed some kind of real metric to prove to myself that I was willing to make a difference in my life. That's why I chose the Rosary, because it's physical, it's measurable, and I'm a mama's boy. Sometimes when I pray, it's beautiful. I can visualize the scene of the mystery with great detail, or I realize how God is trying to make me grow in the virtue corresponding to that mystery, or I even feel comfort from just walking around and imagining myself holding Mary's hand. Of course, a lot of the time I get distracted or I don't give myself a good time or a good place to pray, and it's really performative. So even though these daily rosaries are sometimes really lame, and I think to myself, Jesus and Mary have got to be rolling their eyes at this one, God is still giving me the grace to keep up this one thing, and that motivates me to improve my prayer. I love the Rosary, but I'm not recommending my route of, I have to pray the Rosary every day or I'm going to hate myself. What I do recommend is saying, God, chasing the world and trying to get validation from things that aren't you has led me nowhere. Please give me the grace and the strength to commit to you, and give me a way to demonstrate that commitment so I can know it's real. Since then, God's changed my life in obvious exterior ways that I never would have expected this time last year. I went on the alternative spring break trip to Emmitsburg, Maryland, and since then I've been going to daily Mass almost every day, and I'm leading a Bible study, and I have so many holy, unabashedly Catholic friends in this community. But God has also changed my interior life and given me humility, which is radically different from self-loathing. When I fail, and I feel that self-hatred rising up and overshadowing me, I consciously remind myself that that's not what God wants. I know that my value comes from His love for me, not my personal achievements or self-discipline.
And through His grace, in the intercessory prayer of the Blessed Virgin, God will use me to do beautiful things. And although I'm still weak, and although I still lack discipline, I know that ongoing commitment to Him is the most important thing in my life.